North girls golf coach Chris James now joins me here in the studio to talk about his team season. And Coach, it was a year where you finished third at the district tournament, so unfortunately unable to get your team qualified for regionals this year. You won the district tournament last year. I know you lost a lot, though, from last season, and that was a big factor in your team finishing third this year.
Right. Yeah, we had 3 seniors that I lost that played a prominent part in districts last year, and we replaced them with a couple new freshmen that hadn't had as much tournament experience.
And so this is more of a building block year for years to come with a nice young crop of kids coming in. What did you think about their overall play, how it progressed throughout the year?
Oh, they got a lot better. I was real impressed. I had 7 freshmen come in, and only 2 of them have ever had any experience. And a lot of that was just playing with their parents and a couple of lessons, and they hadn't had a lot of tournament experience. So I could see a good progression throughout the year.
How much different is it for these girls to go from just playing a normal round of golf with friends and family to then the tournament atmosphere?
Oh, it's completely different. They have to count every single stroke. They don't get mulligans or do-overs, and they have to putt out everything, even like a 2-foot putt, where a lot of times they'll just pick it up or say, oh, that's good, and they won't take the time for that, and so there's a lot more nerves involved.
Kaylin Mcfarland is your top golfer. She finished 4th in the district tournament. Was going to play in regionals, but she's had some injury problems in which she was forced to withdraw. Tell me about her ability to still have great results despite playing in pain for a lot of the year.
Right. Pretty much the whole spring semester, she has been going to the doctor and getting physical therapy for a back issue. They couldn't really diagnose what it was. So we decided she wouldn't really practice during the days before tournaments. Just she would chip and putt inside 50 yards. And then she would just fight through the pain and play the tournaments. And then as we got close to districts, we said, well, let's just have this as your last tournament, no matter what happens at districts. And the doctor said that would be okay. And then unfortunately, we ended up getting 3rd place as a team, and she qualified as a medalist for regionals. So she went back to the doctor after having an MRI, and the doctor said, you need to be out for at least a month. So that was the end of her season. But she was a real trooper, and she tried her best and fought through the pain and battled and played the whole spring semester.
And immediately when you were telling me about her injuries throughout the year, and I think of Tiger Woods immediately. He's had that back problem that he's been dealing with, and he was playing in pain for a lot of his tournaments early in the year and was forced to miss the Masters for the first time in his career. Kind of the same situation where Kaylin would have liked to play that regional tournament and probably could still put up a decent score with the pain, but like Tiger, the doctor's advisor, you need to wait and take that time off.
Yeah, that was a good analogy. That when he won his last U.S. Open with his knee, with a broken knee, that's basically what she was doing. She said, I'm going to finish, at least play through districts, and just gave it her best. And then finally, like this year with him, with the back, he couldn't play anymore.
Was that kind of inspiring to the rest of the team to see her be able to medal despite being hampered with injury?
Yeah, that was a good inspiration. She's got a couple of the younger freshmen. One of them's her younger sister, so she'll remember that. It's like, oh, my sister was able to fight through this pain, and she'll be able to carry it on in future years.
Riley was, you're talking about her sister, and also Katie Black were 2 of your freshmen that played in the top 5 this year. Obviously coming in, as we're talking about, with not the tournament experience necessarily as these other girls, but what they learn about themselves playing the tournaments this year?
They learned how to focus more on the short game. A lot of times you take for granted. You just want to go out there on the range and hit your driver and go out and play and just have some fun. That realize that every single shot counts, no matter if it's your first shot or if it's your 2-foot putt at the end. Every shot counts.
Brooke Wilkinson's another one of your top seniors that's going to be leaving after this year. What are you going to miss most about her presence on the team?
Just the senior presence, the calmness, that she's had some experience and she knows what to expect, and she usually would bring her best scores to the tournament time.
Anne-Marie Kessler is going to be a senior next year. She's going to be your most experienced golfer on the team. She's going to be expected to lead the team. What do you expect from her going into next season with not only her ability to improve on the golf course, but that new role she's going to have to take as the go-to person on the team?
Yeah, she's got a great attitude, and she's a real professional at what she does, and the other girls will be able to see her as a role model. That she has a busy schedule, but she still takes time out to do private lessons and play tournaments in the summer. And she comes to as many practices as she can, no matter what her schedule is, and just does her best.
No, the conditions early in the spring were tough to deal with the weather that we've had. A lot of times where you couldn't even go out on the golf course because it was so bad. So how, as a coach, did you were you able to adjust to that scheduling conflict with the weather?
We have access to a semi-indoor facility called Topgolf, and so they normally let us go out there once a week, but we call them, and because we don't go out there every week when the weather's good, they let us go out there multiple days, and so we're able to go out there and at least get in a good hour and a half of practice on the range.
And Topgolf's becoming very popular now with people being able to go there. It's sort of an experience for people, not just going out and golfing. It sort of gives them a little bit of a game atmosphere and stuff. But for you, with being able to practice there, how much different is it than going out to the actual golf courses?
Well, you don't get to hit the different shots and get around the green. That's the main thing is your short game around the green. They do have a thing called top chip where you can chip to a target that's inside 20 to 50 yards. But right around the green's the part where they really don't get to practice at.
Did you notice that practice at Topgolf, did it help you at all going into the season with maybe the shots that you were able to practice?
Yeah, it helped out a lot. They can work on their alignment and see if their ball is slicing or hooking more and work on their longer game and make sure that they're aiming in the right direction.
Also, I wanted to mention that your best tournaments this year seem to be those district previews going into the district tournament, and that's nice to be peaking at the right time as a team.
Yeah, we got third place in the fall, and then right before districts in the spring preview, we actually won the tournament, so that was a good momentum builder to go on to the districts.
Well, Coach, thanks again for joining us today on Sports Talk. We appreciate your time as always, and good luck to you with next year's squad and going into that season.
All right, thank you.
It'll be a quick turnaround for North Golf. Of course, you have the fall and spring season, but it'll be a young team next year for Coach James' squad, but they're looking to have good results moving up to 5A to go against, mostly teams from their own district, but they're going to add McKinney in there for a little in-town rivalry next season.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks again to the girls golf coaches for stopping by today. The boys golf season review will be next week. Make sure you tune in for that. As promised, we have updates on the baseball and softball playoffs. In baseball, Boyd survived a grueling first-round series against W.T. White. After taking Game 1 11-1, Boyd lost Game 2 4-3. The Broncos shut out the Longhorns, though, 4-0 in Game 3 to advance to the area round to play Rockwall. North is also advancing to the area round after sweeping Pine Tree 5-0 and 2-1. Bulldogs play Mansfield Legacy in the area round. And in softball, Boyd swept Rowlett 7-1 and 13-3 the scores. Lady Broncos also, like Boyd's baseball team, facing Rockwall in the regional quarterfinals for softball. Game 1 of a best-of-3 series is this Thursday at Boyd. Until next time, from all of us here at Sports Talk, I'm Tyler Sloan. Have a great week.